Last few questions here. I'm going to switch a little bit to talking about the mentorship program because we do have quite a few people who have questions about it. And since you are an alumni of the program, I just kind of want to pick your brain publicly, so to speak, so that if anyone is thinking about joining, you can kind of share your experience, if that's okay. So my first question is, what encouraged you to join the mentorship program?
You did. No, being an entrepreneur, solopreneur that works remotely, it's nice to have that community. And so I have within my budget every year, different groups that my allowance to do different things. And now with everything virtually, I think it just was a natural fit to want to learn more. And I think, the beauty of the program was having someone like you that was just a few steps ahead or lots of steps ahead, depending on where, your business was, that has been there before and has done it, but then is also so willing to share that information, to be transparent, to just you showed us the behind the scenes of every aspect of your business, which a lot of people aren't willing to do that, and I think that it was so helpful, for someone like me that here's a great example. We knew we needed a new person on our team that was we call her the community manager. So someone else on my team was doing it and we were just growing and it was getting to be too much. And the engagement person is the one who's on socials, responding to comments, is helping grow Instagram, is just doing a bunch of those pieces. And so for 6 months, we were just holding on tight. And I was wearing some of those hats too. And then you shared a job description. And within 10 days, I had someone in that seat because I was able to tweak what you had. I was able to set up Airtable and get some applications in. And within a few days, I had interviews lined up. And so sometimes just having those templates and those tools available is a game changer for your business. And so, it was really helpful in that sense. And I think also, it can be lonely. And also, even if you've been doing this for years, you don't always know if what you're doing's the best or the right thing. And so just having that community of people that can share different aspects. And I loved, it was one of the things, I was, to be honest, hesitant because I thought, well, what if, my business is bigger than others or smaller than others? I didn't know where I fell in that realm. But the fact that there was a variety, it just gave perspective because some of those, there was a few that were just starting off and the questions they were asking, the things they were so smart about these areas of business that they were working in that I learned so much from them. And I was able to use what they were doing to help my team get better. And so it was really just a great community and such a comforting community too. We were all helping each other and giving feedback on various things and are still doing it to this day and, referring business and things like that. So it was really very valuable. And so that's why I signed up again or signed on to stay on.
And, that loneliness piece, I think, is something that isn't talked about a lot in this digital marketing space. I think it's important no matter what industry you're in to have that community. I remember feeling that tremendously when I first started. And then I signed up for my mentor in 2016. So it was the first 2 years of my business. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know who do I ask if this is okay? Or, is this normal? Is this the right thing to do? And so I do think that community piece is very helpful just to be okay, we're all feeling the same things, especially this year with the pandemic. It was we're all in this together, where all of our clients are pivoting and adjusting and we can kind of all be in that same space. Okay. So last question then about the mentorship is if someone's listening to this and they're not sure whether they should join the mentorship program or not, what's something that you'd recommend for them to think about?
I think if you've listened to your podcast, if this person has listened to your podcast and has downloaded your free resources, and it's almost how is there even more that, because you give away so much on those platforms, but I'm blown away even being in it now. What's it been? 3 or 4 months, 5 months? I forget when we actually started. and there's constantly new resources and new tools and new things that you're doing within the group that, I mean, for someone like me, like I'm not bored, I am learning more. I am meeting new people and just really, it's something that it keeps evolving. And so try it. Like what's the harm in trying? And again, going back to, I'm also part of another group that is like more sales focused, and both it's so good to just pour into your business and be smart about it too, because I think I could sign up for so many different free, webinars and pay all this stuff. But at the end of the day, like which one's going to give you the most return on your investment and the most value? And this one, I told you, even week 2 or week 3, I'm like, this is amazing. This is just exactly, what I, as someone who had been in business for 5 years, has independent contractors, was already at a place where I was making, good money, had stable clients. I got so much value out of it. So, I think, and not to say I'm farther ahead than anyone else, but I think no matter where you are in your business, you're going to just get so much, information and tools and resources. So definitely worth trying, and I hope to see some of them in there in the group. So.
Yay. Thank you. That was so helpful. And I hope for any of you listening that you take Lyndsay's word to heart and just try it. And you can always reach out as well. I don't know if we talked about this either offline or on this call, but if you email me, I will send you a Loom video answering your questions, which I think really helped for you, right? When you were deciding, I think my dogs were in the background doing their thing. And so it's not, you're not a number, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
No, absolutely. I think that's such a huge, Andrea, I think if you've listened to, it seems like, oh my gosh, she's out there, she's doing all these great things, but like the one-on-one relationship that we've developed, and you took my email and you dissected it and said, here's your hesitations from joining the group. Here's what, and the personal touch that you give. That was just the opening to the door, because it has continued since then. So, which has been just, really, really great to see. So I appreciate you and everything you've done. So thank you.